Wanted to jump to Jalen Suggs now. I know you're a big fan. I love him. I think he's the best player in college basketball. But from the perspective of an NBA scout, just want you to break down his game and explain what makes Jalen Suggs so special.
Yeah, well, the number one thing when you're watching games is you're trying to evaluate, for me, are you trying to help the team win? Are you making decisions for the team? Or are you making decisions for yourself? And you come across most guys, to be honest, that you see them take shots here and there, and you're like, I don't know if I could trust that guy, right? Suggs is the first guy I've seen, in my pro scouting career that has that it factor, like the guys I've compared him to, Jason Kidd, Kyle Lowry, Chauncey Billups, winners. Guards who can score much more than they do, but don't look to because they're trying to make the right play and get their teammates involved. Suggs, in terms, athletically, compared to those other guys, is a superior athlete, super quick off the bounce. He lacks some ball skills in terms of changing directions and east-west moves, but he has shown an ability to create his own shot. And, line drives, he can beat help to the rim. He's so athletic. He finishes through contact. He's got great body control. If you've had questions about his shot, he's shooting 36.7% from three. Honestly, I really like his shot. I've seen him get really hot in games. And what I really love is his ability to process the game so quickly. The second there's a right play to make, whether it's a push ahead in transition, whether it's a cut to find a guy at the rim, whether it's a player going under or late on a ball screen defending it, being able to just pull in that split second and recognizing it. And even if he misses those shots, just to keep the defense honest so that he can blow by them on the next possession and continue to get in the lane and create opportunities for his teammates. He thinks the game at the highest level, and every decision he makes is obviously for the betterment of the team and not for his own stats. And you see it in their winning. That team's an NBA team, essentially. They're the first team I've ever seen that I think you could put them out there with an NBA team. I don't know if they could really compete, but I think it would be at least a basketball game. It wouldn't be laughable because he might end up being the best player on the court. He's the best. He's the best prospect I think I've ever seen. I see zero real holes, and I have no doubt that And when I say that, I don't mean he's going to be LeBron, but I have zero doubt that his floor, unless he gets hurt, which he has had a little bit of injury issues, his floor is all-star starting point guard, and maybe the best or second best player, maybe like a 1B on a championship team. I see no serious holes in his game, and I think he's by far and away the best player in college basketball, by far and away the MVP of college basketball. And the reason that they're this team, I've seen some guys that have talked about Kispert being a better player. ESPN, I saw, ranked him higher. It's not even close. The reason they run like this is Suggs, even though, when he's off sometimes they still do great because they have great players. But he is the best winner that I've found scouting in my career, at least as a professional.
Well, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that assessment, Wes. And, it's funny, I was watching the game the other day. I don't know whether it's Pacific or Pepperdine, the game. And right before the game, Suggs goes over to Joel Ayayi. And the two of them just sat there and hugged each other for 30 seconds, chatting away. And, what that says to me is that, he's bought into what Mark Few is selling. He's bought into the team concept, very little ego, yet anyways. He's not concerned about just getting paid. And I just think that's so rare in this day and age for an athlete who's that heralded, McDonald's All-American, to kind of have no ego and buy into the team concept, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. But, these types of guys are almost born. You don't find many guys. He's got that Brady leadership type where you can see he gets along with everyone, but he pushes them in the same way, and he's super competitive, and he's a total natural, and it's just rare you find guys like that. And he was an unbelievable quarterback as well. He had an offer from Ohio State, and you could see his, not just his passing. He's made some unbelievable full court passes, but his ability to think and see. I've gone and done some of these tests where, they have 10 balls on the screen and you're trying to keep track of it. For a normal person like me or you, it's very difficult to keep track of it all. Well, for him who's played quarterback and played point guard his whole life, it's pretty easy. He sees all the things happening, the crowd chanting. There's no crowds now, but he could see everything at once and process it in a split second, which is unbelievable. And really, that's one of the greatest skills you're trying to evaluate, is not just the winning, but the ability to think the game at the highest level in that split second, being able to make the right decision as the defense rotates. So